By the end of this video, I'm going to share with you that one thing that I found that made my pistol ammo way better. Hey guys, there are a lot of things that we do when we're reloading ammunition that don't make a single difference as to how good of ammunition we're making. Things like deburring flash holes, primer pocket uniforming, crushing primers, not crushing primers. There are people that will cut powder kernels in half. There's probably people that wear the same socks every time they reload. And all of this stuff is just a huge waste of time. And before you think that I'm just picking on you or picking on people, I do a lot of these things too. And I don't even know why. I don't think they make my ammo any better, but I still do them anyway. There's this one thing that if you do it, it makes your pistol ammo really accurate. But I don't really hear of anybody doing it. When I started reloading years ago, I wanted to learn everything that I could about reloading, and this is something that I never heard anybody doing, and so I thought it probably didn't make a difference, and so I didn't do it either. I want to tell you how I came upon this simple trick. I've never really been all that concerned with accuracy in pistol ammo, and that's probably because I only ever practiced within 7 yards. So 7 yards and in, or 21 feet and in.
A lot of people say that shooting past 7 yards is crazy.
My concern has always been with how quickly I can get rounds on target rather than how accurate they were. As long as they were within the A zone somewhere, I was golden. And then this happened.
Locked in a closet, and we barricaded it with tables and waited for the police to come and announce themselves to let us out.
It was just 5 hours ago that the shots rang out here in Johnson County. At the Greenwood Park Mall at 6 o'clock tonight, a man walked into the food court, and he also had with him some ammunition. He went into the food court and then he started firing. He killed 3 people and he injured 2 more. Police say that's when a man with a handgun there, an armed citizen, shot and killed that original shooter. Police have identified that armed citizen tonight as 22-year-old man from Bartholomew County. They have yet to release his name. The Greenwood police chief, however, Eisen, is calling him a hero.
I figured out that my pistol might not only be for my protection or for my family's protection, or maybe even some stranger that's within close proximity, but one day I might be called to make hits on target with the pistol from 20, 30, 40, maybe even 50 yards away, or who knows how long.
These long shots with pistols aren't difficult. In fact, they're pretty easy to train to, and it's something we certainly recommend. Right now, we're at about 60 yards. Charlie, you ready to make one shot on steel?
Yeah, let's do it.
Shooter, are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
So like everyone else, I started practicing from 40 yards away. So I started practicing 40 yards, 15 seconds, 10 shots, 8 hits. So the first time I tried it, I got 1 hit. So of course I thought, well, there must be a problem with my ammunition. And before you think I'm just passing the buck and blaming somebody else for the reason that I only hit 1 out of 10 shots, I actually built my ammunition, so I don't have anybody else to blame but myself. So I loaded up some cheap Blazer ammo. I'm talking cheap, $19 for a box of 50. And that's post-COVID, post-pandemic pricing. So that stuff's obviously pretty cheap. And I got 5 out of 10 hits. So still not great, but obviously way better than 1 out of 10 hits. Now I'm fully prepared to admit that I probably just suck at those distances because I never practiced that. Now the way that I would always build my pistol ammo is I would just choose the maximum powder charge weight. I would set my cartridge length to whatever the book called for, and then I would just go out and shoot it. When you're shooting from 7 yards, 5 yards, 3 yards, you don't really notice how accurate or inaccurate your ammo happens to be. So when I first started learning hand loading, I didn't really see anybody doing anything special with their pistol hand loads, so I didn't either. So to try to fix my ammo, the first thing that I did was I started double weighing all of my powder charges. Went out and shot 15, no improvement. So then I started triple weighing all my pistol cartridges. I would literally weigh it once with a powder thrower, weigh it a second time on my scale, then I would weigh the brass case, then I would pour the powder into the brass case, and then I would re-weigh the brass case, and still no improvement. So I decided there must have been something wrong if I couldn't make ammo that was more accurate than $20 factory ammo. So I decided I was just going to go crazy. I was going to reload pistol ammo the same way that I reload my rifle ammo. So I developed a pistol load the same way that I develop rifle loads. I went out, I did a powder charge test. I decided on my most accurate powder charge, and then I started seeding bullets. And I made 3 rounds, and then I went up in increments of 3 each time. So I went from 12 thousandths to 9 thousandths to 6 thousandths to 3 thousandths. And then I went 12 thousandths, which were the first 3, 15 thousandths, 18 thousandths, and 20 thousandths off of what my maximum cartridge overall length was going to be, based on how it measured in my pistol. And all that was left was to go out and shoot the stuff. All right, guys, so the question is, did it work? I would say that based on the ammo testing, it absolutely did work, because those little groups were shot at 10 yards. And of course, it was on a bag, but we were trying to test the accuracy of the ammo. And I would say that doing the load development, including seeding depth, made a huge difference. But the question is, does it help me shoot a Dick-in drill? Well, let's find out. Mm. 1353. I'm not so sure about that. So first off, let me start by saying don't mind these headshots. That was actually from earlier, just making sure that my sight was zeroed in. I shot 2 4-shot groups, and I felt pretty good about the sight. So I was aiming at the body, and let me see. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 down at the bottom. So I'm gonna let you guys decide what were hits and what were not hits. Let me see, if I was that way, let me turn that this way. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys decide whether or not those were hits. You know, which were hits and which were not hits. But the point is that even with the factory ammo before, with my previous hand loads, I hit 1 out of 10. With the factory hand loads off of a bag, I hit 5 out of 10. So at least we got 10 hits on target. Maybe some of those don't count, maybe some of them do, I don't know. I'll let you guys again decide that. But obviously it's way better. Do I need more practice at 40 yards? I absolutely do. Especially if we look at these headshots, that's a much better grouping. And of course they were hitting pretty darn close. At least much better off of a bag. So looking at those headshots, obviously shooting off a bag, I'm going to be way better, so I need to fix that. I need to get better. It'd be nice to get 10 A-zone hits in 15 seconds, but it is what it is.